Welcome back to Rogue Traders, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your day. Let's see if we can find some more loot here. Purified bolts, set of icons, and crate of trank injectors. And then we have a well-maintained axe. Oh shit, that does a lot more damage. I will take this. Okay, so this is ranged weaponry. Cargo is for storing loot that is not valuable enough for a mighty rogue trader. Drag pieces of loot to remove it from your loot screen and packed in a suitable cargo space. You may withdraw loot from cargo at any time. Selling full cargo to merchants improve your reputation with their faction. However, all loot inside that cargo will be lost. Okay, so we have a storage capacity for each of these categories. Interesting. Equipment. You have received a new, more efficient weapon for your character. To upgrade your equipment, you open the inventory. With I, you can either hold left mouse button and drag the new item to the weapon slot, or double-click LMB on the item's icon. You'll find and purchase new equipment often on your travels, so do not forget to update your character's equipment in order to make them more powerful. Yeah, fair enough. Well-maintained axe. This is... The explosion blasted a hole through the door, large enough for a person to get through. Have some more goods here. Shipment of low sticks. A salvaged omniprocessor. Maglev impeller. And a crate of trank injectors. Cargo Manager B. Alright, they're not the same. Okay. So the MISC unit is almost full already. That was ship components. Ranged weaponry is also kind of full. The door will not move an inch, it's blocked. I guess this is where we go then.
Challenges make the spoils that much sweeter.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Okay, hello? Did this just bug out on me? Whatever. Argenta's abilities. Argenta is the warrior of the Adepta Sororitas. And the soldier. She's an expert with burst range weaponry and weapons that deal damage in an area. Another of Argenta's strengths is her mobility in combat. Run and gun is a unique soldier ability. Using it grants the soldier extra movement points and reduces the cost of their next attack by 1 action point. The soldier will also suffer a -10 penalty to their ballistic skill for this attack. Run and gun also allows the soldier to perform an additional attack with a ranged weapon, which is a handy tool if you want to make more than one attack with them on their turn. Revel in Slaughter is a soldier ability which can be used once for every 3 enemies in the the soldier kills in a single battle. Each activation of this ability increases the soldier's ballistic skill, critical hit chance, and critical damage. This effect stacks and lasts until the end of combat. Burst fire. Certain types of weapons lets you make burst attacks. Unlike single shots, burst fire requires you to select a direction rather than a specific target. Burst attacks are particularly effective against clusters of enemies. When performing a burst attack, the character fires several successive shots in different directions. Most of these shots are concentrated in the center of the selected attack cone. Therefore, the more enemies there are in the center of this area, the more of them will be damaged if the attack is successful. All shots fired after the first one is less accurate and have a higher chance of deviating from the central trajectory. Be careful. Burst fire can hit allies if they're standing in the direction of the attack. Dude, I think the movement thing bugged out. I definitely think the movement thing bugged out. Did I just auto save here before we went in here? Interesting bug.
I always have a backup plan.
Run, fools, or fall. Show them no mercy.
It seems to work now, though. And then we read through this thing before.
I'll do it.
Let's see if we can... That's a good attack.
At your beck and call.
Types of cover. Full and partial cover gives you the opportunity to avoid enemy attacks. Full cover, indicated by a skull on the shield, reduces the chance to be hit by 60%. Partial cover reduces it by 35%. At the same time, the chance to hit a character behind cover may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Some cover can be destroyed by melee attacks, area attacks, and other abilities. Destructible cover has a durability bar above it. Single shot can penetrate through any cover. Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting.
On it. You never stood a chance.
Cover me. Farewell.
Okay, I guess there's more enemies coming now.
On it.
Can do a forewarning on Jabs. Jabes. My man Jabes.
Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
She really likes to kill the enemies. What was that for every 3 kills? Oh, Veiled Degradation. When Psychers reach deeper into the warp to power their abilities, there's always a chance that the Imperium bleeding into our reality. A factor that is invariably destructive and damaging. At the beginning of combat, Veiled Degradation usually starts at 0. Veiled Degradation increases by 1 for each use of a minor psychic ability and by 3 for each use of a major psychic power. Decreases by 1 every round. Interesting. I'm guessing I'm gonna learn about that mechanic later. Oh, you actually hit. I do not condone
Tried
that.
and tested tactics are the best ones. I took care of this one.
Oh yeah, you did.
It will be done.
I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't matter that much.
Will do. I find it hard to believe in second chances.
Oh, nice, you shot me. That's fine. Some shots are able to pierce through enemies and deal damage, not only to them but also to the character standing behind them. The armor penetration parameter is found on most weapons and affects how much damage the target takes, as well as determines the chance of over-penetration. Some weapons have the over-penetration parameter, which depends on the type of weapon. The value of the weapon's armor penetration parameter and the character's talents. In case of over-penetration, characters standing behind the target will receive less damage. Yeah, thanks. Got cleaved.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Each strike is a prayer.
That burst fire is so good. You've run out of ammo. To continue shooting, you need to reload the weapon. Use the reload action on the weapons panel at the bottom of the screen to replenish ammo, and keep fighting. Like with most actions in combat, you need to spend action points to reload. Ammo supply is unlimited for your character and party, so you can reload whenever the need arises.
I will do my duty. One fewer task.
Rise
Okay.
to the top,
Sins
or get
hidden
left
in
in the
heart
dust.
turn all to decay.
Let's make sure we loot everything here. Collect.
I always keep my options open.
Open the door. Logic. Skill tests and interaction with the environment. To open a jammed door, click on the icon. The character with the highest tech use will make the skill test. If the test fails, the door will remain closed. A particularly bad result of tech use test can cause the door to become permanently stuck and impossible to open. Okay. I'm just gonna save before doing this then.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Your character is about to make a tech use skill test. In dialogue and during exploration, you will often make various skill tests, and their result may determine how successful your character's efforts are, make hidden dialogue options appear, or reveal new information. The success of the test is determined by rolling a 100-sided die. Each skill test has a difficulty up to 100, including negative values. To succeed, you must roll a value less than the sum of both the stated difficulty and the value of the skill used for the test. For example, you're attempting a test with difficulty of -10. Your character's tech use skill score is 40. That means you get 40 minus the difficulty, which is 30. Therefore, to succeed on the tech use skill test, you must roll a 30 or less. Any result above 30 will mean failure. Note that difficulty is calculated from greater to lower values. The greater the difficulty value, the easier it is to pass the test. It's easier to succeed on a difficulty 40 test than on a difficulty 10. It's easier to succeed on a difficulty 40 test than on a difficulty 10 test. How is that? If your difficulty if the difficulty is 40, then you'd need to roll a 10 or less. The higher a character's skill score, the easier for them to succeed on tests. Skill scores depend on the character's respective characteristic scores, skill advancements on level ups, and any bonuses the character's equipment might offer. To succeed on various tests during gameplay, develop different skills for your character and their companions. Well, we managed to get this one opened at least. Some anointed purity seal wax bottles. Catechism of St. Drusus. Plastite crystal cores and some servo skull anti-gravic impellers. And then we get a Melta Charge 3 and Operator's Gloves.
Let us not dawdle.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
It really is. Multi-key. Universal lockpicking tool provides an additional opportunity to open a lock, an expendable item, and a machine right set. A set of sacred oils and cogitograms that can appease the keeper of any technology provides an additional opportunity to call out a machine spirit and interact with the device, an expendable item. Then we got some belly churn wheels, machine spirit vaultlet, and set of icons. Okay. So this guy has tech use 25 only, and all of the others have 30. So we can get that up to 33 with this.
Always keep your eye on the price.
An exact replica of the von Valencia's void ship sits on the pedestal. Labels indicate the main compartments and deck of the vessel.
Is there money to be made?
There could be money to be made. To be fair.
Keep your wits about you.
The cogitator is silent. It seems like the machine spirit is no longer being powered by the motive force. Put some loot here again. Electrified shardnet, engraved flasks, and grox meat rump steaks even.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
The cozy seating area is completely destroyed. Pieces of furniture and splinters are scattered everywhere, and dark stains cover the floor and upholstery. Rolls of synth leather, set of icons, and void sweet ale. Cool.
I always keep my options open.
I think we're going up here then.
I'd better myself for my service.
And we level up. I think. We go in here and then we get Endure. Until the warrior's next turn, all incoming damage is reduced by toughness bonus and the warrior gains toughness bonus temporary wounds. So we got that. The operative gains expose weakness. The operative removes all exploits from the target to decrease the target's dodge, parry, and armor by 10 plus exploit stacks times perception bonus until the start of the operative's next turn. Okay. The soldier gains Revel in Slaughter. That's the thing that I was looking for before. So whenever she kills 3 enemies, then she gets access to this ability. Okay. Let's go.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on...
I have a nose for profit and the taste for adventure.
Tech use 58. Why not?
Lesson learned.
Oh, man. What's in here, actually? Let's see if we can blow it up.
Failed. Duty prevails.
You only failed once. Deck officer's helmet. It's pretty good loot in here. That's definitely something I'm gonna put on this guy. Fallen steel has blocked the path to the lift, so you'll have to look for another way to Edelthrad. I think it's gonna say the same. The benches and even the cogitator torn from its proper place are stacked in a rough semblance of a barricade. Then we get another multi-key. Okay. Guess we can still move. The roar of the flames ring in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You're surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming. Yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valancius. Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, the other is raised in an inviting gesture. Are you lost, my heir? Argenta goes still as a statue, then slowly raises her weapon. An apparition, a sorceress apparition, trickery of the warp. Sister, you will lower your weapon. Despite his commanding tone, Abelard does not sound too confident. He is staring at the rogue trader, and you notice a muscle in his cheek twitching. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous. Aren't you in pain? Pain is but a reflection of one's weakness, Jobs. To renounce weakness of spirit in pursuit of greatness is the only path to heights worthy of a rogue trader. Theodora watches you without blinking. Her snake-like gaze almost makes you forget about the fire searing you, leaving burns on your skin. I can lead you out of these flames, Jobs, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide. Do not listen to this abomination, Jobs, if there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises, nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul. To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace. The people. Abelard looks back at the coughing and confused people around you. Jabs, the survivors from the middle decks, we must help the crew, lead them out, find a way around. Over the roaring flames, you hear distant sounds. Frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted as if they were a body of water between you and them. Convictions. Sometimes your character will have to make tough decisions based on their values, interests, and goals. Such decisions can affect their convictions, and this can develop in 3 directions: dogmatic, ironclast, heretical. Each includes 5 ranks. The higher the rank, the more zealously the character follows their convictions, and the more noticeably the world around them reacts to their actions and decisions. Promotion through these ranks of each of the 3 directions opens up access to new dialogue line events, unique abilities, and also changes the attitude of others towards your character. Also, some items can only be equipped by your characters with certain convictions. When one of the conviction branches reaches 3, votary, it becomes the character's main focus. When that happens, the other 2 conviction branches cannot be raised above the rank of adherent. Your character's allies have convictions of their own as well. For this playthrough, I think I'm gonna go dogmatic. We're walking through the fire. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. You take a step forward, and the illusion breaks. A wave of excruciating pain crashes over you, and Theodora's voice fades into the firestorm. You hear the voices of your companions calling you from behind, and the screams of the weak dying in the inescapable blaze. The blinding inferno, the harrowing pyre, The all-consuming storm releases you as you step out, barely able to stay on your feet. The blood is pounding in your ears, drowning out the world around you. Your eyes, caked in soot and burnt eyelashes, refuse to open. Free from the flames, you take 2 more steps before collapsing to your knees. The rush of blood in your temples and the horrible pain all over your scorched body cloud your mind, before suddenly retreating as if driven away by some mighty will. A new strength spreads throughout your veins, and despite the wounds, your body once more is ready for trials and struggle. You open your eyes and see a glow with warm light before you, the Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. Okay, so it's this eagle symbol.
Master, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive. Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
Behind Argenta you see Idira, doubled over in a fit of nausea. The rest of the people who are following you have withered away in the fire that continues to rage mere 2 steps away from you. We're still alive. Fancy that.
Your attempts at humor are inappropriate. You nearly got us all killed.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious? What, we'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord Captain standing there in the fire? Abelard, you tell her!
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, or holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Admittedly, I've been better. Even if you were anticipating another wave of pain, it does not come. Your muscles feel strong and your limbs obey you without fail. And yet, deep inside, somewhere next to your heart and stomach, you feel a certain tension, akin to that of a taut string that you are at your limit. Be it adrenaline or the strength of your faith, it will not carry you much further. Edelthrad. Gabs, do my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake. Was the only way. We're here in response to your Vox call. I did not expect you would make it here in time. After all, the mutiny caught the entire crew off guard as they were scattered all over the ship. I must say, your wounds. Look closely at Edelthrad. Edelthrad does not seem to have changed since you first met, but only at first glance. His face has taken on a strange hue, the skin at his temples appears scaled, and his voice now has an uncanny screeching quality. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The Psyker's body has begun to mutate, a consequence of contact with the warp. You're not in the best shape yourself, Ethelthrad. The Psyker grins back at you. Notice the signs of my blessings, have you? Yeah, the warp is taking its toll, but I'm still sane and able to hold my weapon. I'll fight for the von Valancius bloodline to the end. And if the price is the eternal curse of mutation, then so be it. Yeah, I can still fight, at least for the time being. Ethelthrad nods, satisfied with your answer. Then let us steal our souls. Our greatest trial awaits. I've gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon, yet I do not see Lord Captain or her Arch Militant in our midst. We're still receiving messages in her voice, but she's not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways? It was at this very elevator, Master Ethelthrad. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts. This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I'm still receiving fragmentary reports from the bridge. Conrad Vogetvir was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerer's rituals. That traitor has resorted to witchcraft. We must stop him at once. I shall go to Theodora's chambers to find her. Ethelthrad nods. A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you've found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope. However frightened or exhausted they may be. Until we next meet, Jabs, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle. Ethelthrad salutes you with his weapon and turns to his retinue. Nice. Well, that's gonna be it for this time. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.